Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. WWE superstar and Bloodline member Solo Sikoa mocked Roman Reigns just before their match started at the Bad Blood Premium Live event. Sikoa's gesture might come back to haunt him during the bout. Amid Roman Reigns' absence from television following WrestleMania XL, Solo Sikoa went rogue, kicking out Jimmy Uso and Paul Heyman from the Bloodline. The self-proclaimed tribal chief also added new members to the stable: Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, and Jacob Fatu. Since the original tribal chief has returned to TV, he has been feuding with the Bloodline. Reigns surprisingly even agreed to team up with his arch-rival Cody Rhodes to face Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu in a tag team match. At WWE Bad Blood, Solo Sikoa mocked Roman Reigns during a stare-down moments before their match started as Sikoa showed off his ulafala. This might prove to be a problem for the Bloodline, as the original tribal chief will have an even stronger motivation to win the bout and take back the prestigious necklace. Many fans believe Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns might turn against each other and end up losing the bout. It remains to be seen if the American Nightmare and the original tribal chief will work together throughout the match against the Bloodline. Video: what Jacob Fatu told Roman Reigns during their interaction at Bad Blood 2024. Jacob Fatu wasn't the man who Roman Reigns pinned at Bad Blood 2024, it was Solo Sikoa who took the fall. The dominant Samoan werewolf made an interesting statement to the OTC during their brief interaction at the Premium Live event. Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns' appearances have overlapped one another, and as a result, their interactions have been minimal. Although it seemed for the last few months that Roman vs. Solo Sikoa was the destination, Jacob Fatu has been far more protected, with many believing that Roman vs. Jacob Fatu is the big money match. In a brief interaction, the Samoan werewolf told the OTC during their match at Bad Blood 2024 that Solo Sikoa was Roman Reigns' tribal chief. Reigns won the battle, but the war is far from over. Apart from The Rock returning, there seems to be a tease of a full-on civil war happening at Survivor Series, War Games. Cody Rhodes will be defending his WWE title at Crown Jewel against either Gunther or Sami Zayn, so the Bloodline feud will have to take a back seat for the time being. It will be interesting to see if WWE goes through with Reigns vs. Fatu in the future. The atmosphere was electric as WWE's Bad Blood 2024 unfolded, a night that would forever be etched in the minds of wrestling fans. The main event, a brutal contest between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, was already generating buzz. However, no one could have predicted the unthinkable showdown that would take place between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu, two warriors from the same family, yet on a collision course. The build-up: tension in the Bloodline. The tension had been building for months. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, had ruled WWE for years with an iron fist. He led the Bloodline to unprecedented success, turning his cousins, the Usos, into one of the most dominant tag teams in history. But cracks began to show. Solo Sikoa's growing frustrations, Jey Uso's departure from SmackDown, and rumors of Jacob Fatu's rise in Major League Wrestling, MLW, were beginning to challenge Roman's reign. Jacob Fatu, known for his raw power and unrelenting aggression, had taken the wrestling world by storm outside of WWE. His style, reminiscent of the wild and dangerous Samoan heritage that shaped the Bloodline, made him a perfect fit to shake Roman's empire. As whispers spread about Fatu's potential entry into WWE, the WWE Universe couldn't help but wonder what would happen if these two titans collided. Bad Blood 2024, the unexpected arrival the night of Bad Blood 2024, was supposed to be about Seth Rollins trying to dethrone Roman Reigns. But as the match neared its climax, with both men lying battered in the ring, the crowd's attention was diverted. A familiar theme echoed through the arena: Jacob Fatu's entrance music. The arena exploded with cheers and gasps. Fans could hardly believe their eyes as Jacob Fatu stormed down the ramp, his eyes locked on Roman Reigns. The cameras panned to Reigns, who sat up in the ring, his expression unreadable. The tribal chief looked as though he had seen a ghost, his cousin, his blood, standing at the entrance with fire in his eyes. Fatu wasted no time entering the ring. Rollins, forgotten in the moment, slid out to safety as these two Samoan giants stood face to face. The tension was palpable, the air thick with anticipation. The WWE Universe held its breath, waiting to see what would happen next. The confrontation, face-to-face the stare-down between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu lasted for what felt like an eternity. Neither man spoke, but the energy between them was explosive. Roman, always the calm and calculated leader, broke the silence first. "You really think you can step to me?" Roman's voice echoed through the arena, low and measured. He held the championship belt high, a symbol of his dominance. But Jacob Fatu wasn't intimidated. He took a step forward, his large frame dwarfing Roman's, his eyes burning with intensity. "I ain't here to bow down, Yus," Fatu growled. "You've forgotten what it means to be blood. You've forgotten what it means to fight for this family." Roman's eyes narrowed. "I've done everything for this family. I'm the tribal chief. Everything runs through me." Jacob shook his head, stepping even closer, now just inches from Roman's face. "Nah, Roman. You've been fighting for yourself. You've forgotten where we come from, what our people stood for. I didn't come here to take orders. I came to remind you what happens when you lose sight of the bloodline." The WWE Universe erupted at Fatu's bold words. Roman Reigns, for the first time in a long time, looked uncertain. His bravado slipped, just for a second, as he absorbed the weight of his cousin's challenge. The bloodline fractures as Roman clenched his fists, ready to respond. The unmistakable theme of the Usos hit the speakers. The twin brothers, Jimmy and Juso, walked down the ramp, their expressions serious. The tension between them and Roman had been simmering for months, but now, with Jacob Fatu in the ring, it felt like a family civil war was on the horizon. Jimmy and Jay slid into the ring, standing on either side of Fatu. Roman's expression darkened. His cousins, once his loyal followers, were now aligned with the man who dared to challenge his authority. "You two too?" Roman sneered at his cousins. "You really think this is the way? After everything I've done for you?" Juso, the one who had been through hell and back with Roman, took a deep breath before speaking. "It's not about what you did, Roman. It's about what you've become. You ain't the tribal chief anymore. You're just a man who's scared to lose control." The words hit Roman like a punch to the gut. His grip tightened on the championship belt, his face contorted with fury. "You think you can do this without me? You think any of you would be here if it wasn't for me?" Jacob Fatu stepped forward once more, his voice calm but laced with a threat. "This family was strong before you, Roman. It'll be strong after you. It's time to remember who we are, real warriors, real family. Not just pawns in your game." Roman stared at Fatu, his body tense, his mind racing. This wasn't just about his title anymore, this was about his legacy, his place in the bloodline. But for the first time, he looked vulnerable, his dominance questioned not by outsiders, but by his own blood. The aftermath, a new battle begins. The confrontation ended without violence, for now. Jacob Fatu, flanked by the Usos, left the ring, their message delivered. Roman Reigns stood in the center of the ring, his championship belt draped over his shoulder, but his mind elsewhere. His empire was crumbling, not from outside attacks, but from within his own family. As Bad Blood 2024 faded to black, the WWE Universe knew this was just the beginning. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, was no longer untouchable. Jacob Fatu had come not just for the championship, but to remind Roman of what it truly meant to be part of the bloodline. And the war for control of this powerful family had only just begun. The question now was, who would stand tall when the dust settled? Would Roman find a way to reclaim his family's loyalty, or was Jacob Fatu the new future of the bloodline? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain: Bad Blood 2024 would be remembered as the night that everything changed for Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa loses. his bloodline taken out by returning former WWE Champion WWE Superstar Solo Sikoa and his bloodline teammate Jacob Fatu were on the losing end after a popular name finally returned to television at Bad Blood. The name who returned is former tag team champion Jimmy USO. Jimmy had been off TV since he got brutally attacked by Sikoa and Tama Tonga on SmackDown after WrestleMania XL. After weeks of feuding, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu finally locked horns with an unlikely team of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns in a tag team match. Before the bout even started, Sikoa mocked Reigns with the Ula Fala, which proved to be a massive mistake from the self-proclaimed tribal chief. All of the stars involved in the bout showcased their incredible strength inside the squared circle, and for the most part, it was an even match. As usual, the rest of the bloodline members, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, came out to assist their teammates, and it seemed like the babyfaces would lose the match as they were heavily outnumbered. However, during the last stages of the match, Jimmy USO finally returned after 6 months and helped Roman Reigns by taking everyone out with superkicks. The former undisputed WWE Universal Champion then took advantage of the situation and emerged victorious by pinning Solo. Roman Reigns kept his word as he stuck by Cody Rhodes' side throughout the match. However, as he mentioned before, he has his eyes set on the American Nightmare's undisputed WWE Championship. It remains to be seen what the Stamford-based promotion has planned for a third match between the arch-rivals.